Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on stage 87 of the Batmobile from Fanhome. We go ahead and get the parts out and the book open and we'll go from there. What we've got is we're working on the front the engine compartment, or actually the front left wheel arch. So let's get the parts out. Make sure we don't leave anything behind. Nothing left in the bag. Nothing up my sleeve. I'm wearing a tank top, so I have no sleeves. And this is kind of cool because we're getting into construction of the car itself. We've got the interior. It's installed. So we're slowly putting the front or the car itself together. Okay. So first thing I need to do is figure out how I'm going to put the car so I can see it and you can see it at the same time. Let me move these parts over here. Should be able to work with it like that. And I try not to move the camera at all because once it's in a good spot, sometimes it's a pain to get it back into that spot. So the first thing they want you to do is to remove this housing down here. Does not say why we're changing it out, but this is the housing for the steering. I'll take a look at it once I pull it off. But like I said, first thing they want is for me to remove 4 screws holding this housing in place. I'm just looking. One, two, okay, I'm looking at it wrong. And then they want you to put it back in using the same screws. So there's number 2. So far none of them have come loose. Well, they've come loose, they're not coming out. Let's try the bigger screwdriver and see if that's got enough magnetism to, there we go. Whoops, dropped the screwdriver. Wish they would give some sort of an explanation of why we're swapping this out. Come on. I think I've said this before of black parts, black screws, in a black car. Sometimes it's a little bit iffy to see. And then last one is down inside this hole. So I'm pretty sure that there's some sort of a defect with this part. If I can get it to come loose. It is bringing the whole part, or the whole assembly there with it. Maybe if I take this back out because it's not actually installed yet. Give me a little bit more room here. And it's actually coming out with everything. There we go. So I'm going to just take a look and compare the two. Don't really see any difference. So there's the old one. Let me put this steering gear back in here. put this one back in. Just kind of making sure that the gear is in there at least close to what it should be. So now we'll pop this back on here, pull this back over where it belongs, and we'll put the first screw back in, hopefully holding it in place where it needs to stay. And as usual, I'm going to replace the screws one at a time, not putting them all the way in until after everything is started. I just realized I looked over, my screen is on the wrong screen from what I usually have it. This one is not going in. Let me move my screen just so I like to be able to look over and see that I'm in the right spot on my screen. There we go. Heard it drop into place. So there's that one. That one. It might be also that what they're trying to do is somebody noticed some sort of a problem with the steering box and they're trying to fix it. Although I will tell you, most of the time these steering boxes don't work really well. Still quite a bit of play on there. Don't know if there was before, but that was what they had us do. This will go into the spare parts. Not sure why we had to replace that. Next thing they want us to do is to take the wheel arch. Let me see. Just looking at how they have it. Okay, so it's going to be this way. They're looking for those two screws there, or those two holes there. Come on, focus. There we go. Those two holes in this bracket is going to go on there using 2 AP screws. So let me grab 2 of the AP screws. Only 2. Only 2. Make sure that it's on here the right way. These tabs on this side away from me, and so the flat part of the bracket is going to also be away from me. I just realized I was off camera. Sometimes I wonder if maybe I should move my camera down just a little bit. Where it's at, I first put it there so that I could see the TV that's in front of me, and I don't use that TV very often anymore. Not going to take it out, might use it sometime, but for the most part I don't use it. And I was using the PH1. It was a little bit large for the screw head, so I'm using a PHO now. Tighten these down all the way. So now that bracket is on there. Then they want to fit this pipe on the right side of the engine, it looks like. So it's going to go in here like this. Let me move this out of the way. I am going to end up pulling the car out of frame. Knock a bottle of paint off. Almost knocked the HTM logo off. Don't do that. So this pipe goes in here like this. Let me turn the car around. And I'll zoom out so you can at least see that I'm doing something. Just looking for where they want you to put that. Oh, just realized okay, they want you to fit that in the left side of the block. I'm on the right hand side now because that's what it looked like, but actually where it's at, let me get all these wires kind of under control here. Is under the bottom. Okay, hang on. I'm going to pause the camera real quick, redo some lighting, and I'll probably just put this in and then figure out some way to show it on camera. So I will be right back. Okay, I've found where it's at, and the reason it didn't look right to me is the picture looks different because my fuel filter bowl, let me see if I can turn this without breaking it. Okay, my fuel filter bowl here was sticking towards the back. There's a hole in here, underneath here. This is supposed to be sticking down according to the picture. There's a hole in the front of the engine block right there. This will go into that hole and stick out. This will go into the hole and stick out towards the back. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that on camera. I don't know if you're going to see anything or not because of the location. Okay. I've lost that hole. Okay, I can see it now. Move my head a little bit. Seems to me this might have been something they could have had us put in before they had us put some other stuff in, because this is in a really, really bad spot. I'm going to pause real quick and we'll be back once I get this in. Okay, got it in there. Not sure if it's exactly right, but it is in there. Let's see if I can roll this over to where I can show it to you. So you can see the gold part there, and you don't even really see that black pipe that I just installed, but it is in there. It's just like with the brake pipes and all those. They're neat if you're super detailing it. They're overkill a little bit, I think. Okay, so the next thing it says to do is the brake fluid distributor push into place on here. No, not on here. I'm not even sure where on here, which goes on this little tab. Come on, right there. It goes on from the bottom to D-shaped hole, D-shaped pin. We push it on there. So it goes on just like that. I gotta pause for a minute. Dogs are starting to go nuts. I'll be right back. Okay. So after I've pushed that into place, we'll see how many of the brake lines actually will get connected to it. So it's going to go on here. Just looking. Fit the right front brake. Pipes, fluid distributor. So there's the left front. So this is going to go on here, something like that. The right front brake line was caught, but it's not anymore. It's going to run across here behind the engine. It's the yellow one on the diagram. It's going to go into this piece right here, the part that's perpendicular to the quarter panel, not quarter panel, but where the wheel housing. So we got the rear brake, which I think is this one that's been just hanging out for a long time. And then we have the left front brake line. Okay, the blue one is the rear brake. That is going to plug into the bottom. Before I plug that in, I'm going to make sure it's routed okay. And in the front is where the left one is going to go. They actually have it routing up through the frame, I believe. Let's see if I can get this routed up through the frame. You're not going to see anything really in this part. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera, get these in place, and then I'll be back and see if what I can show you how it looks like. Okay, I'm going to zoom back in. Got it in. Got them all three in there. Wheel the car back just a hair. Had to route the one from the rear, but they're all three on here. Bottom, the rear one is going to the bottom, left or the right one going to the one on the right side, and the left one going to the one on the front. So now we're going to take 2 cm screws. There's a post here and here that we're going to put this onto. If it'll fit. That tells me too that, hang on a second, let me take the rear one back off because I've got it routed wrong. It's going to get pinched where I've got it. See if I can do this on camera or not. I can see it. Grab the tweezers. Grab the tweezers in a spot where I can actually close them. Pull this up. Bring it up from the bottom. Push it on here. I do have to say that these hoses are better than some that I've dealt with on car part works. So these posts are going to go there and there. Somehow this has got to go underneath. Like that. And that. Grab the oil, bring it over, get the 2 cm screws, and we'll get that attached. Interesting, I expected that because of where they're at, they would have flanges, but they do not. So we'll see if we can get the front one started first. Need the other screwdriver. That one's too big. Redip in the oil. Get that over there. Hopefully I've got this on here. No. It's still not. That one's not catching. I'll put the back one on first. That should help to line up the front one. I can actually see the back one better. Come on. Okay, the back one is started. That means the front one should be a little bit easier to line up. That one's started. So we'll tighten this one down all the way. We'll go back here and tighten the rear one down all the way. Okay. Next thing they want you to do hang on a second. Did I miss something? I did miss something. Way back on step 2, that bracket that I put on was supposed to hold this piece in place. Fortunately, even though I missed that, put this back in screen, I can get to the screws, hopefully, and put it on. That's why I was looking at this piece going, that's kind of odd. So let me move this hose a little bit out of the way. And this is what happens when you miss something in the instructions. Oops, missed the hole. Okay, there's the bottom one. Line it up with the bottom on there. Okay, that one's started. Get the other one, get it started as well. We get the bigger screwdriver. I'm knocking the screw off. This may become a impossible mission. I doubt it, but just in case, I'll mention it. Come on. And again, it's black on black on black. I'm going to pause the camera while I get this done, and I'll come back after that. So I'll be right back. Okay, got it in there. Took a little bit of effort, but the next thing they want you to do, let me flip back to that, is we're going to put the air cleaner hose into a hole right here. Let's see. See if that's going to show. Kind of, but not really. I'll still show it. So the air cleaner, there's a hole right here. And again, black, all the black here. You can't really see it, but this pin kind of pops in there. Let me see if we can. There you can see it. That pin, there's a pin right here that popped into place to hold that. And you can see that this piece is now in place. So that, my friends, is all there is to do in the Batmobile Stage 87. A little bit, couple of hiccups there, but nothing bad. Bring this back over. Good build. like I said, couple of hiccups. Some of the details we're putting on a little bit late as far as I'm concerned. The pipe that I put underneath here on the engine should have been done a lot sooner, where I wasn't fighting underneath the engine. Plus, I hate having to roll the car on its back ever when you get the interior in, because then you're just asking for trouble. I wonder, just because, let me take a look at something. Oh, dopey me. I don't have to worry about the steering wheel yet because it's not yet installed. But like I said, that's all there is to do in this stage. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the build. If you are, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of whenever I post new content. Leave a comment. I love comments. I will respond. You know, it lets me know what you think. Let me know, of the build, of me, of what's going on in the world, anything. With that, I'm going to say, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Batman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Batman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.